Hey y'all, and welcome to the Ingles shopping list. I'm Dallas McCade alongside Smoke and Joe Lasher. We're getting ready for Thanksgiving.
That's exactly right. Today, to get ready for Thanksgiving, I'm going to show you how I do my stuffed turkey breast with a sausage and herb stuffing.
This sounds amazing. Let's get right to it.
I'm telling you, it is amazing, Dallas. And I'll tell you what's amazing is this little cooktop. It's kind of fun. We can do it all together.
Such a great setup we have here.
So what I've done is I've got on the flat top. You can use a stovetop skillet, a cast iron skillet, whatever, to basically caramelize some onions and celery. We're getting those to where they're nice and translucent.
Yes.
Okay. And then what I've done is I've gone to the Ingles meat department and I've picked up some of their pork sausage. And this is an Italian seasoned pork sausage. So I'm going to take this out. I've got my onions pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to kind of crumble that over top of this.
This is such a great alternative to just turkey and dressing sitting on the table.
Yeah, and this actually, you should mention the dressing. What's really cool is the way I've set this recipe up, and you can find it online, is the stuffing we're going to use in this smoked turkey breast, but then what's left over you can put into a small casserole and just bake it like you would any stuffing.
Right.
So you got a side of it as well. And man, I'm telling you, so the pork sausage and the onions and the celery, we're just gonna let that get brown. We've also got a few teaspoons of garlic, minced garlic. I'm just gonna pour that right over top of that as well.
It's smelling so good.
Yeah, I wish you could had smell-o-vision. Isn't that what they call it? So what we're gonna do is while this browns, let's go ahead and talk about the other part of the stuffing.
All right.
We're gonna let this brown up. What we've got are some stuffing cubes, some Laura Lynn stuffing cubes. Just pour those in. And again, that's just a couple of cups.
Yeah.
You could, depend on how much stuffing you want to make.
Well, and remember, the more liquid you add to stuffing, the bigger it gets.
That's right. So for what we're doing today and for this, that's kind of a small amount. Just some chopped parsley is going to add some nice green. Yep. There you go. We've got some rosemary and thyme. I've already mixed those together. Okay. We've got one large egg beaten lightly. We'll put that in there.
Okay, we got
and then our chicken broth. Let's hold off on that till we're ready to put this in. What do you say?
Yes.
So
I agree,
this is browning. While this browns, we'll hold off on that.
Okay.
We've got a turkey breast. I got an organic whole turkey breast from the Ingles meat department. And what I did is they come like in a bundle in a little net. So I took that off and I took my knife and just butterflied that out. And then I took a meat mallet. You can use a dough roller or whatever. I just laid a nice piece of cellophane wrap over top of it and beat that down to where it's pretty flat because we're going to roll this up once we have this stuffing done.
Yeah, with the stuffing inside, tie it all up. Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Well, it's fun. If you've watched this video series before, just about every time we do these, I stuff something.
Yes.
Now, this is white wine. If I had this in a skillet or something with some sides, I would just pour it right in there, but we're just going to slowly put that in. But that wine is going to reduce down, but just give it that nice flavor. Man, are you kidding me?
This is looking great.
That looks good. So we're going to let this continue to brown. I'm going to spoon the rest of this white wine onto here, and we'll make the stuffing and stuff the bird. Yes. So we've got our sausage nice and brown and ready to go. We're just going to take this mixture and put it right into this dish here. And then we're going to make the rest of our stuffing.
Yes.
So let's do that. So here we go. Cut the heat off.
Ready.
You can, let this cool down if you want to cook it ahead of time. In fact, all of this stuffing you can make ahead of time, so you don't have to make this the day of.
Yeah, you should never stress during the holidays because there's so many recipes out there that you can do so many things ahead. Put it in the freezer, take it out. Everybody's going to think you made it that day. Don't tell them any different.
That's exactly right. So let's go ahead and pour our chicken stock in there. And then I'm going to add about half of this here. Like that. And let's just go ahead and stir that, give that a good stir. And you want those cubes to start to moisten up. You don't want them to get totally drenched.
Right.
I think it's okay. Honestly, still going to taste good. And then let's pour a little bit more. Let's just pour all of it. How about it? Yeah, that'll be good.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh, this smells so good.
Doesn't that smell delicious?
It does.
All right, so the next, what we've got our smoker preheated outside. We got our stuffing ready. So if you want to just start spooning some onto this turkey breast, And I'm just going to use my hand to kind of spread it out here.
Okay.
You want it leave about an inch border around, and you want to do it about a 1/2 inch thick. And that's getting pretty close. Maybe one little half spoon right here. Just a little bit right in there. Yep. All right, there we go. That's going to be pretty good right there.
That looks so good.
Doesn't that look great?
It does.
So now look at all this stuffing that we have left over here. This can go into a casserole dish and into the oven, and you'll want to bring it to an internal temperature of 165.
Smells great. It's going to be fantastic.
Now, here's the trick. We're going to take this and we're just going to start to roll this turkey up, okay? That's a little weird, a little messy, but
That's why you wear gloves.
you do need to wear gloves, and you can have, there's a whole class on not cross-contaminating when you handle this kind of food. So you got to be very careful with that. So we've rolled that up, okay? Now what I have here, I'm gonna turn this just to the side like this. We've cut 5 pieces of butcher's twine. And it's very important to cut that twine in advance of doing this, because you don't want to pull the roll of butcher's twine out while you're handling all this.
Right.
Then you're going to contaminate the whole roll of twine.
Definitely some prep on this.
Yeah, a little bit, you know.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, but enough. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our turkey breast rolled up seam side down, lay it just like so. And then we're just going to start to tie this off.
Do you tie fancy knots?
I don't tie any fancy knot. Same one I learned in first kindergarten, pre-K. So there we go. We just kind of tie it. And I like to do it relatively tight. That also just gives us a trim there. There we go. Repeat the process all the way down. All right, so we got this nice and tied. One thing that I meant to do before I tied it, it's not gonna be a problem, is put some olive oil on here, just like so.
Oh, yeah.
Rub that down real well. Keep that seam side down. So once we get that rolled up.
That's going to make the smoking process so much better, adding that oil.
Well, it's going to make for a nice golden color. And then again, I don't chintz on seasoning. So this is just black pepper and salt.
Yes.
All this is. So salt and black pepper. If you'd like to let it sit for a few minutes to just kind of let that pepper and salt adhere to the meat. But now we've got this ready to go to the smoker. So we rolled it, we've tied it up, we oiled it, and we've salt and peppered.
And it smells great, not even cooked, so I can't imagine what it's going to be like when it comes off the smoker.
Let's see what happens. All right, here we are. Listen, this is
amazing.
Yeah. I let it sit for just a little while to cool down. I've already cut the butcher's twine off of that. So let's just cut into it and see what we've got.
Let's
okay?
do it.
Here we go. So I'm going to cut one end right here, and I'm kind of hiding it from you over there.
Oh my gosh. My sister would be screaming, I want the end piece.
I want the end piece. Well, there you go. So look at that. See that?
So good.
See that pork stuffing in there? We took this, like I said, to an internal of about 165 safe on there. We let it rest for a few minutes. You can see that steam coming off of it.
That looks
This is going to be delicious. If you like a good gravy, you can use that same pan or sausage pan to make a sausage gravy to go with it, or whatever you'd like. But I tell you, this would be good right here, right on a biscuit. Right?
Why not?
Why not?
We hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Ingles Shopping List. We'll see you on the next episode.
See you then.